social conditions change. We're here wrapped up in the present moment in a machine age. It's not the age of a philosopher. That age is past. Men no longer have leisure to think. Most of the scientific thinking done today is done by ENIACs, UNIVACs, and other peculiar electronic equipment. I went into a large laboratory not too long ago where they had one of the biggest electronic brains in the world. A friend of mine said, "You've just got to come to see our electronic brain." And I said, "I'll be very happy to come to see your electronic brain." I went up and he said, "You'll be very interested that it has neuroses." We looked at this thing, I looked at it, and we fed it answers and that sort of thing. And I did a terrible thing with that electronic brain. I gave it a neuroses. He said, a lot of the engineers around there said, "This is Hubbard, you know, a dynamic Scientology fellow and so forth. Sure, electronic brain. Maybe he can ask it some complicated question, you know, test how good the thing is, so on. Go ahead, Ron. Go. That was it. It didn't develop a neurosis, it went psychotic. I had fellows explaining to me carefully that the machine could not accept a double datum only. It could only accept 5 digital problems, not 2 factoral problems. I'd wrong their machine. I said, "Well, isn't it horrible that it knew the answer to anything complicated but not anything simple?" "Well, can't this machine think out anything simple like you can?" "Oh, no, that machine is much brighter than we are." They were convinced of this. I never did break this down with them. I asked them patiently various questions like, "Who built the machine?" And I swear they thought it arrived there by spontaneous mechanization. I said, "Who has to dream up the problems to feed it to the machine?" I thought I had them there, but I didn't. They opened the door and showed me the other machine. Well, it's a machine age. It's certainly no place for a philosopher. No place for a person to try to look closely into the problems of man, because the problems of man are quite unimportant. Man is quite unimportant. Man, after all, is just a cogwheel in the big machine, isn't he? Well, if man's a cogwheel in the big machine, I suppose someday we will have a society where a great many machines produce for a great many machines. And nobody will be troubled with any people around. And apparently, on present trend, that's the way it will go.